Hey everyone, it's Mike Jones again from the Connection Games with another Friday Night Magic Booster Draft. We had 16 players this week, so 2 pods of 8 and 3 rounds. End up doing not badly this week. Hope you can come down and join us one day. Anyway, let's get into the first pack and see what we can find. Alright, here we go. Apologize for the amateurish video quality. I'll work on improving my setup and seeing if we can get something better, but wow, this is a good pack so far. Grizzly Spectacle, Death's Approach, Executioner Swing, Cinderella, Soul Ransom, and a shiny card. Shiny rare card. I am a sucker for the shiny rare cards. That's Illuminate Primordial. Let's just see what I'm passing. Shadow Slice, Daring Skyjack, Furious Resistance, Keymaster Rogue. There's some decent stuff in this pack. It's pretty deep. Holy Mantle's a good card. Soul Ransom. I love the Dimir deck, as you guys know. Look at that, but what kind of signal am I sending? If I send the Soul Ransom and the Grizzly Spectacle, kind of indicates I'm not going Dimir to my opponent. So, although it's first pick and I took, look, they don't know what I took because I took the shiny card. Anyway. Alright, next pack. Halberdiers would have been good. Sages or Denizen, and didn't decide to go down that path. Leyline Phantom, Mortis Strider, Shamble Shark, not a card. Hellraiser Goblin, not a card. Ground Assault, and I believe that is a Whispering Madness. Yes. But so I've got Ground Assault, which is a very premium piece of removal. Not much else that the Halberdiers. Yes, I'm thinking Illuminate Primordials. Maybe I'm the long game Boros deck. Halberdiers is a good card for that deck. Any Boros deck. But I pick up the Ground Assault. There, it's a good piece, solid piece of removal. Alright, so what do we get? The third pick. Sunhome Guildmage. Ooh. Still a little early to see what's really coming, but it looks like Boros is saying. Pull a Gruul Charm, we got Disciple, Basilisk Creature. Sunhome Guildmage. I would have had Halberdiers and Sunhome Guildmage and Illuminate Primordial so far, but no. Love Gruul Charm though, just wins games. Disciple might come back around, maybe, I doubt it. Active Trees in there. Could be good too if that comes back. But pick up the Gruul Charm. Card can just punch through that damage if they don't have any flyers, or even if they do sometimes, if you got big fatties on the ground. Smite's good card. Not sure if I want the Boros Slaughterhorn. Martial Glory would have been good in the Boros build. I think I've sent a pretty strong Boros signal to the person on my left. So it's kind of, don't want to start cutting it now. Hopefully he'll pass back some good stuff in the next pack. Looks like Slaughterhorn is really the only good Gruul card in this. Although I guess I'm still considering Martial Glory. Maybe I'm Gruul with a white splash, or Boros with a green splash. Slaughterhorn's decent though. Let's pick that up. Rust Scarab and Rapid Hybridization right on the top. Death Galt Rogue, another Slaughterhorn, Corpse Blockade, and a Shattering Blow, it looks like in the back there. But I'm thinking between these two really. Rust Scarab, I guess Foundry Street Denizen, but not really. Haven't really picked any blue cards up yet, so I think it should have been either this or Slaughterhorn, but I take the Rust Scarab. Decent, works really well with Pit Fight. Can deal with some of those nasty enchantments, or it gets 4 damage through, which is good too. Shamble Shark, Simic Flux Mage. There's nothing straight Gruul or straight green in here. So nothing red. So looks like the Simic is flowing though. Flux Mage and Shamble Shark are really decent picks. Shadow Slice though looks good. Syndic Enforcer's not bad in the Orzhov deck. But I'll pick up the Flux Mage here. Maybe I'm Rug. Red, blue, green, for those of you who don't know what Rug means. Drakewing Krasis, Elusive Krasis, Keymaster Rogue, Warmind Infantry. So Boros is drying up a little bit. Warmind Infantry is playable, but Elusive Krasis is just really good. And And since I just picked up the Simic Flux Mage, maybe I'm splashing the blue, or maybe I'm Simic splashing the red. We'll see what keeps coming here. Metropolis Sprite, that's promising. Gruul Guildgate, Armored Transport. Yeah, Boros is drying up a little bit, although I suppose Armored Transport would have gone in that deck. But Smog Elemental, decent card. Metropolis Sprite, I think it might be a bit too early to pick up the Guildgate here, although who knows. Trying to remember what I had picked so far. It's easy in hindsight to remember. At the time, this was a bit of a debate for me. I think I end up making the right choice here, though. Kind of forces me more down the Simic path. I'll pick up the Metropolis Sprite. Love 2-drops in this format. So Shadow Slice, Frilled Oculus, speaking of 2-drops. Keymaster Rogue, yeah. Can be underwhelming in the Simic build. Frilled Oculus, easy one. Good 2-drop. What do we get next? Getting down to the bottom here. Nothing. Mortar Strider, Leyline Phantom, and Nav Squad Commandos. Leyline Phantom, probably the only thing interesting there. Still thinking maybe I could have built them. You know, the Nav Squad Commandos would have gone into the Boros deck, and look at what I get here. Massive Raid would have gone very well if I had been picking up those Boros picks. Kind of regretting not forcing that after picking up the Primordial. But there we go, just hate the Massive Raid. Probably not going to play a double red, might be a bit intense. But who knows, maybe I'm still splashing the Simic, although the last 5 picks were all Simic picks. Nothing here, all not really playable in what I've got going. Pick up the Razor Tip Whip, maybe I sideboard it, unlikely. Can be good against the Extort deck. Again, nothing I can really want to play. Primal Visitation, yes, is my colors, but not going to get 2 for 1, so I'll pick up the Midnight Recovery. And I get past another Purge the Profane. A lot of those going around today. Alright, let's see what Pack 2 is. Get anything good in Pack 2? Shadow Alley Denizen, Scab Clan Charger's okay, Leyline Phantom, Ruination Worm, Totally Lost, Assault Griffin, Skinbrand Goblin, Last Thoughts, Gift of Orzhova, Aether Eyes, Veteran, and the Black Sepulchral Primordial. Decisions. I think maybe Aether Eyes would have been a better pick. If I had been doing the Boros build, you know, the Veteran would have been okay, or the Gift. But I'll take the Scab Clan Charger here. Unexciting first pick from Pack 2, but it's a good card. Simic, or the Metropolis Sprite, Kingpin's Pet, Amber Beast, Snapjaw, Bomber Core, Zamek, Guildmage, Dying Wish, nothing. I think I've decided that I'm primarily Simic at this point. I'll pick up the Guildmage. Can be good. Draw you some cards. Death's Approach, Balustrade Spy, 1000 Lashes, Thrall Parasite, oh my god! Another Scab Clan Charger, Daring Skyjack. Yikes. Madcap Skills, really? Am I putting a Madcap Skills in? Is that worth it for the splash? Or do I just want another good 2-drop? 2-drops are important here. Madcap's not as good on the splash. I mean, it's decent. Especially if I can put on one of my big fatties, it's really hard to deal with, but I just pick up another 2-drop here. Maybe the Madcap would have been the better pick there. Gridlock, Burning Tree Emissary, Scorchwalker, Leyline Phantom, another Halberdiers, Keymaster Rogue. So I passed a lot of good, and a Mugging, I passed a lot of good Boros stuff to my left, so why is it still coming back from my right, from my left now? You know, what's he picking over these cards? Over Halberdiers and Mugging. Those seem to be really important in the aggressive Boros deck. but I just pick up the Burning Tree Emissary here. I think the Mugging would have been a better pick, even on the splash. Worst case, it lets you get 2 through. Or best case, it or it lets you get something through as it takes out one of their blockers. But here I get a Nimbus Swimmer or a Drakewing Krasis, another Madcap Skills, a Smite, Hands of Binding, Croconura, an Ivy Lane Denizen at the back there. This was a hard pick. There's a lot of good stuff here for us. Finding that out with a lot of Gate Crash packs you open, that they're very good for 1 or 2 guilds and nothing for the other ones. So this is definitely one that's good for me. Or maybe none of the people. So I pick up the Croconura here. So important in Simic decks or even in Gruul decks because it just clogs things up fairly effectively. Greenside Watcher, Ruination Worm, Clinging Enemies, Way of the Thief. Not too much exciting in here. Greenside Watcher, maybe no. I think I just pick up the big fatty Ruination Worm. Seems good. Here we've got Simic Guildgate, Ember Beast. Again, I'm thinking at this point that red's probably a splash. Might be a good opportunity to get the gate, which I take. Now I can start looking for those Greenside Watchers. What do I get here? Another Armored Transport. Gruul Guildgate. Yeah, there we go. That works. That'll help the splash out. And down to the end here. Oh no, still 6 cards left. What do we got? Totally Lost, Leyline Phantom, or Last Thoughts. I'm pretty light on removal so far. What if I got a Ground Assault so far? Let's get the pseudo removal tempo card. Not much for us here. Snapjaw, Sky Games, or Shattering Blow. Yeah, no. Snapjaw it is. Playable but easy to remove. So here we got nothing. So what am I gonna hate? Best card there is probably Death's Approach. Maybe Psychic Strike second. Pick up the Death's Approach. One less removal spell I have to worry about. Here we have Keymaster Rogue, Predator's Report, or Horror of the Dim. Only thing I might play would be Keymaster Rogue, so there she goes. That's a nice pick though. Drakewing Krasis. Don't mind if I do, thank you. And last pick we get a 10 Street Market. Yeah, as usual. Not probably gonna play that. Alright, pack 3, let's get some good stuff. Here we go. You can open anytime now. There we are. Alright, unexpected results. Underwhelming. Usually paying 4 mana for a 2-drop. Alright, Pit Fight, Executioner Swing. What else is good in here? Another Ground Assault, Boros Elite. Again, I think the packs were conspiring to tell me to go Boros here, and I just ignored them. Oh well. What can you do? But between Pit Fight and Ground Assault, so if red's my splash color, I think Ground Assault's strictly speaking a better removal card, and you're going to be playing it late, so I think that's a solid pick. I think though Pit Fight, I can play it with the green mana, can deal something early. My creatures should be bigger than most of my opponent's creatures, so I pick up the Pit Fight, and I like the fact that I can do it at instant speed. So you try to evolve, I fight, or you try to enchant and I fight. Greenside Watcher, Hands of Binding. Okay, we saw so many Hands of Binding going around at the end of this draft. Totally wish I had picked one up. Spoiler, I don't get any. Kind of frustrating. You'll see how many that come by shortly. We should start doing a count. So that's like number 2, I think, that one we're looking at that I don't pick. So here I'm looking at Shamble Shark, or another Guild Mage, or Burning Tree Emissary. Burning Tree Emissary on the splash, and we don't really have a lot of other 2-drops we're going to be able to cast with it. I think I end up making the right pick here, even though I'm debating over it for quite some time, it seems. Yeah, really maybe should have picked up the Hands of Binding there, but here we go, Shamble Shark. Shamble Shark it is. Give it a good shuffle and pass that on. Going back to the left now. Yep, there we go. Shamble Shark. In my mostly sorry. Hands of Binding number 2 or 3. Zerta Swine. Gruul Guildgate, another Ember Beast. Duskmantle Guildmage. White of Precinct 6, which is a card I like a lot, but I'm not in black, so it's one of my favorite cards in Dimir. Usually gets pretty big. So here I'm debating it. Greenside Watcher, Gruul Guildgate, Hands of Binding, or Zerta Swine. What's the right pick? Kinda would like to get another Guildgate to help with the splash. We haven't seen any Verdant Havens in this deck, and I really haven't picked up any huge bombs anyway that I want to ramp to. You know, maybe the Hands of Binding should have been picked up here, or the Swine, although I think that's okay. Anyway, yeah, I think I end up just taking the Gruul Guildgate to make it 2 Guildgates, 2 Gruul and 1 Semi-Guildgate, so I think I'm pretty hooked up as far as my splash goes. Yeah, what do I got here? This looks like a Frenzy Croconura, there's Hands of Binding number 4, and 3 or 4, and a Scar Guildmage, which is shiny, and so you guys know what I'm going to pick. If it's playable in my colors, and it's shiny, I pretty much always pick it. Magpie Mike, that should be my new nickname. It's shiny, he'll take it. Alright, here we go. What do we get next? Massive Raid, another Hands of Binding. So that's like, what, 5 now? Alright. This would have been a good Prophetic Prism. That would have been a decent pick. Got a Simic Guildmage, would be number 2. Another Massive Raid, which probably wouldn't play, so that's not really a consideration. So I guess it's really between a second Simic Flux Mage or a Hands of Binding, and here I definitely make the wrong choice. I take the Simic Flux Mage, even though I complained about this last week as well, and didn't end up playing both the ones I drafted. I draft 2 here again. Anyway, okay. Wish I had the Hands of Binding there. You're gonna get a Key Rune, Smog Elemental, Bomber Core, Snapjaw, Scatter Arc, Last Thoughts I think that was, but I take the Simic Key Rune. Maybe Last Thoughts would have been better there. Is that an Urban Evolution? Yeah. Another Hands of Binding. That's number 6, I think. And another Simic Guildgate and a Drakewing Crisis. Alright, so I haven't picked up a Hands of Binding yet. Is now the time I grab one? Wait, I already spoiled, but I didn't take any. So no, I don't take it here either. So I've seen 6 go by, and I've let 6 go by and take a Drakewing Crisis, which is a good card. You know, I can see why I made that choice. I think I really wish I could do the Flux Mage one over again. Here we go. Scab Clan Charger, Death Cult Rogue, which I guess I could play for 2 blue. Ripscale Predator, not really playable on the splash. Make the good call here. Towering Thunderfist, not really a card for us. Yeah, here we go. Scab Clan. Decent. Alright, Greenside Watcher. Forced Adaptation. Another Hands of Binding. I think that's number 7. Could pick it up here. You know, Greenside Watcher versus Hands of Binding. Let's accelerate. Wait, I don't have a lot of things to accelerate into. Oh well. Sigh. Take the Greenside Watcher. And here we get another Guildgate as a choice. Another Greenside Watcher. That's what I end up taking though. Sorry, I don't show you much what's in that pack. There was not a lot anyway. And third Greenside Watcher, or Zerta Swine, or Wildwood Rebirth. Yeah, I got stuff to accelerate now. Let's take something to accelerate into. Maybe there we go, a Swine. That seems good. Not much here. Scatter Arc, Clinging in Enemies, a Razor Tip Whip. Already have 1 Whip. That's 1 more than I probably want. Clinging in Enemies, maybe I board into that against a super aggressive deck. Scatter Arc, again, board option. I don't know why I think about this so much. Clinging in Enemies, yep, there we go. Unlikely to be played. It's, you know, Sky Games versus something else. Take the Sky Games, at least I could play it maybe. And I get the Scatter Arc last pick. Alright, so I have a Scatter Arc as a sideboard option. So what do I end up building here? Alright, hopefully this picture is more obvious to you than it is to me here right now, but you can see I build a fairly low curve, splashing for Ground Assault, Gruul Charm, Scarred Guildmage, and Zerta Swine. I put in 2 mountains and the 2 Gruul Guildgates, which should theoretically be enough to justify that splash. And I do end up playing 17 lands, even though you can see it's a pretty low curve. I could have easily gone to 16 lands if this had been a 2-color deck, because considering that Scab Clan Chargers and Zertos Wines can both be blood rushed for cheaper, so really only 2 5-drops and everything else is 3 or cheaper. End up with a Burning Tree Emissary, 2 Frilled Oculus, 2 Greenside Watchers, Ground Assault, Gruul Charm, Metropolis Sprite, Pit Fight, Shamble Shark, Skarg Guildmage, and Zamek Guildmage on the 2-slot, Croconura, Drakewing Krasis ×2, Elusive Krasis, Simic Fluxmage, Slaughterhorn in the 3-slot, double Scab Clan Charger, and we end up with a Rust Scarab, a Totally Lost, and a Zertos Wine in the 5-slot. Anyway, end up going 2-1 with this deck, losing in the first round to Jan. He had the better Simic Splash red deck than me. I didn't get very aggressive starts, and he had better late game plays, so that's how that one went down. I ended up mulling to 5 in game 2 and not drawing any land until turn 7 or so, which is not going to do it against a deck that has a better late game plan. So rounds 2 and 3 went significantly better. Ended up winning both of those. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you in the store one day. Thanks. Bye.